The thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new Let's Go Racing from Parx Casino and Racetrack. It's action-packed and fun for the entire family.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
Let's Go Racing is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Welcome to Let's Go Racing. Danny Gibson and Dick Girardi here at Parx Racing. We're up on the 3rd floor studio, and on today's show, Keeneland opened up, and we are loaded with Breeders' Cup win-in-your-in races, including 2 very good performances in the 2-year-old races, the American Pharaoh and the Claiborne Breeders' Maturity at Keeneland. But obviously getting closer to the Breeders' Cup, other than Flightline, what are your thoughts on how the distaff's shaping up?
Well, I mean, it's going to be wild, right? Pletcher's got the 2 big ones. We'll see Nest here and Malathat, and they're not the only ones that are live in the race. The distaff will be terrific. Obviously, it's all going to be about Flightline, but we're going to see some really fast 2-year-olds in a minute, and nobody's going to be surprised when Bob Baffert romps home with the 2-year-old juvenile again.
And of course, Modern Games in the turf. We're really excited to see him.
It is going to be cool.
The Breeders' Cup is shaping up, but we had some excitement here at Parx. Camich De Jesus won his first career victory as a jockey, and it will a moment he will never forget as I caught up with him. First one!
Oh, shoot!
How good does it feel?
This is amazing. This is my dreams come already. Thank God for that. Thank God. I'm so happy.
He's gonna hose you off.
There we go.
Well, Camich was having a lot of fun, and good thing it was a warm day, as he did get doused with water, shaving cream, baby powder. I got some remnants on myself as well.
Yeah, better October than January to win your first race.
Yeah, all the riders were really having fun. It's a tradition, inducting a new jockey in with a win like that. Well, let's get to some local racing of the week here at Parx. It was Monday's 10th race. It's a starter allowance for horses that started for a claiming price of $25,000 or less. They go 1 mile and 70 yards, $30,000 purse, and our favorite is post time. The number 6, Hold the Flight.
Hold the Flight, just nothing but one good race after another, a solid favorite.
Abuelo Nuno, second choice for trainer Jamie Ness.
Yeah, Jamie Ness, does he win any race? 133 and counting here in 2022.
Jamie's having a good 2022. Here's Chris Griffin with our local race of the week.
Hold the Flight under a tight hold is now in neck, now a full length in front. Expensive Cut is down towards the inside, and Abuelo Nuno is not going to let this pace setter get away. He's coming right up to the nose here of Hold the Flight. There, a clear 1-2. Expensive Cut taken back to 3rd. In between horses here, Screensaver and Ruben Silvera. Out wider is Mr. Einstein in 5th. Shoved along, not making up the ground right now is Bar 14. Just got passed by Lease as they approach a half mile left to go. 23-1 was the opening quarter mile, 47-1 for a half mile time. Hold the Flight has got the lead. It's Hold the Flight into the far turn. Abuelo Nuno is right there. Expensive Cut is waiting for room there from 3rd. Driven along is Screensaver. Out wider, Mr. Einstein. Second to last, Lease, and the trailer. Bar 14, it's Hold the Flight still in front. Abuelo Nuno, Expensive Cut, that's still the leading 3. They approach a quarter mile left to go, and they haven't caught Hold the Flight yet. It's Hold the Flight who's back up by a length and a half now and kicks for home. Expensive Cut is moved to the outside. Screensaver to the inside of Abuelo Nuno. Those 3 line up in behind the leader, Hold the Flight, who approaches the 8th pole. It's still Hold the Flight. Screensaver weaving in between rivals. Expensive Cut is chasing. Hold the Flight for a final 16th. Screensaver, also Expensive Cut on the outside. It is going to be Hold the Flight. Jorge Vargas Jr. to get the score.
Hold the Flight had clear sailing to fly home, and a nice win there with jockey Jorge Vargas Jr.
Indeed. How many times have we talked about loose on the lead, dangerous, loose, dangerous? Best horse anyway. Gone.
Definitely. I loved his effort last time. I know he only got 3rd, but the race kind of fell apart when we had a downpour right before. Absentee ran on the muddy track, got wide and won.
Yeah, and you mentioned that last week when we previewed the race. So listen closely to Danny. She sees all that.
Hold the Flight was my pick of the day, and I scored handsomely. Well, it's time for our first break, but when we come back, top racing from Keeneland and Santa Anita. All this coming up on Let's Go Racing.
Juan Hernandez and the undefeated Cave Rock with a half-mile left to go.
A dream begins to win just one race. And for some, success leads to lifelong achievements. Accolades await you when you reach the top. A career built on hard work, passion, and great horses get you to the pinnacle here in Pennsylvania. On October 18th, we honor those who have been elected as the newest class of the Parks Racing Hall of Fame. A lifetime of commitment is honored on this very special day. Join us as we celebrate the newest inductees, the Hall of Fame. Welcome.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in a Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
Here in Pennsylvania, we're proud of our breeding program, the best in North America. But we're also proud to be leaders in this industry. The PA Horse Breeders Association is funding cutting-edge research at Penn Vet to detect gene doping in thoroughbreds. And we endorsed the SAFE Act to help end the slaughter of American horses. Plus, we're pleased to support the aftercare programs set up by our horsemen's groups. Just a few of the reasons why you should join us in Pennsylvania, the premier place to breed and race.
Welcome back to Let's Go Racing. Our national coverage is brought to you by the Chapman Auto Group. If their emblem's not on the back of your car or truck, well, you did pay too much. And let's head to Santa Anita. It's the Grade 1 American Pharoah, 1 mile and a 16 for 2-year-olds. $300,000 is the purse. And Baffert sends out our favorite, Cave Rock.
Yeah, I talked to Bob prior to the Pennsylvania Derby, obviously with Taba, and I said, tell me about Cave Rock. He said, this is some really, really good horse. I said, okay. And obviously the fans knew. 2 wins so far, both powerhouses, 101 buyer, 98 buyer. Those are huge numbers for a 2-year-old to fall.
Yeah, they are. And he also has our second choice, Hijazi, Mike Smith's riding.
Yeah, that's the horse that cost $1 bazillion and up till now has not been able to win because he keeps running against faster horses, also trained by Baffert.
Well, here's the call of the American Pharoah.
Cave Rock in control early. Opens up 2. Hijazi, National Treasure, side by side, second and third. Skinner is widest of all, about 3 lengths off the pace. Then it's Manchild racing between rivals and Gandolfini at the rail. This group covered by just 3.5 or 4. A gap of 5 back to Odonata, who's then 5 in front of McNamara. Juan Hernandez and the undefeated Cave Rock with a half-mile left to go in the American Pharoah. Showing the way by 2. National Treasure clearly second. Hijazi, Gandolfini is down at the rail. Another 2 lengths back to Skinner being pushed along. Manchild inside of him. 4 more to Odonata and McNamara. They're coming to the quarter pole behind Cave Rock, who's just been cruising along. Cave Rock turns for home with a 2-length lead. National Treasure running a good race on the outside second. He takes up the chase with a furlong left to go. Cave Rock by 3. National Treasure, Hijazi, and Gandolfini. It's all Bob Baffert in the American Pharoah, but Cave Rock is at the head of the class. And Cave Rock, ultra impressive, stretching out successfully to win by almost 6 lengths.
Cave Rock gets the win in 1, 2, 3 for trainer Bob Baffert there.
Yeah, Baffert dominated 1, 2, 3, 4 actually, but who's counting? Cave Rock is the story here. 104 buyer figure. He will go to the Breeders' Cup Juvenile at Keeneland as a heavy favorite. How about this, Danny? It ran a mile and 16th in 143.05. The fillies, the 2-year-old fillies, ran at 146.15, so a little more than 3 seconds faster. This is a son of Arrogate who's turning out to be a great sire. Unfortunately, he only had a couple of crops, died way too young. But yeah, Cave Rock is a star. And I sent Baffert to Texas, and you weren't kidding. He just said one word back, special. So he'll win the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, and it won't be close.
Well, and we're lucky enough to see some sons of Arrogate here as well. We had Thistle, who was a big win on Tuesday, and yeah, you're right. He was a nice sire. Gone too soon, of course. Well, let's keep it going with our 2-year-olds at Keeneland. It was the Grade 1 Claiborne Futurity Breeders' Futurity Stakes, $600,000, 1 mile and 16th, and our favorite is Loggins. Brad Cox, Florent Drew teaming up.
Yeah, son of Ghost Sapper, just as the one race, Danny, maiden race, won by 8.5, 90 buyer figure, coming from 6.5. Now 2 turns, going a mile and 60.
We'll see if he can stretch out. Forte takes our second choice for Top Pletcher.
Yeah, won the Hopeful at Saratoga, finished 4th in the Sanford as the favorite, but it's Todd, and it's a 2-year-old, and he's hot.
Let's get to the race of the Claiborne Breeders' Futurity.
There goes Newgate. Newgate comes right out for the lead. Bourbon Bash has early speed. Loggins is there. Here's Good Heart up on the outside, and these 4 come forward to vie for the early lead. As they head to the first turn, Carmel Road going to move up in the center of the track in 5th, and now starts picking off a few positions from there. Frosted Departure is in 6th as Good Heart drops back alongside of that one. Forte is in 8th spot down toward the rail, heading off the first turn. Two Fills is in 9th. Fantastic Again comes next, and then Instant Coffee, Red Route 1, Powerful, Lost Ark. Honed is at the back after an opening quarter goes on the board in 22.94 seconds. Onto the backstretch, still bunching for the lead. Bourbon Bash ahead in front. Loggins is there toward the inside. Newgate travels out in the center of the track in 3rd, a half length off the lead. Frosted Departure is in 4th. Carmel Road is backed off a bit into the 5th position, settles down there. A lane or 2 off the rail, running some 5 lengths from the front. Then Good Heart. Forte down toward the inside is 7 lengths from the lead. First half mile went in 46.36 seconds. Over to the far turn, Loggins is the leader against the rail, has the lead a half length. Bourbon Bash is second by a length, just over a quarter mile to go. Newgate 3rd, Frosted Departure is 4th. Here's Forte. Now Forte is going to have to swing toward the outside from the 5th position, picks up a couple of spots, has to go wider still to the top of the short stretch. Here's Forte coming after Loggins. Newgate is now 3rd. They turn for home in the Claiborne Breeders' Futurity. Forte striding forward to challenge Loggins into the final furlong, and Forte is up to take the lead. Loggins is fighting on toward the inside, but second. Forte leads at a half length. Loggins is still there toward the inside. Look at these two juveniles going at it. Loggins and Forte. Forte and Loggins, and it is Forte.
Forte getting the win, but really impressive with the first and second place finishers of this race.
Yeah, I thought Loggins ran great. I think you can make a case, Danny. He was the best horse. He was under pressure the whole way, kept trying to the finish. Forte gets up just at the end, and there was a little dispute about the whole thing. IRAD seemed to have made it a little tight on Florent Giroux. They ended up giving him days. They didn't DQ the horse, but they did DQ IRAD for a few days. But Forte, good winner, 92 buyer, but they'll all be chasing Cave Rock in a couple of weeks at Keeneland.
Forte, a son of Violence, and we talked about Arrogate being a nice sire. So is Violence.
Yes, he is.
He certainly is, and we have a lot of those offspring here to see at Parks. Well, let's get to Keeneland. It's the Grade 1 Coolmore Turf Mile, $1 million purse. It's a big one. Our favorite is the number 7, Santin, for Brendan Walsh.
Yeah, I thought he was kind of a bogus favorite, to be honest with you. He won his 2 big races at Churchill on that Bizarro turf course that they have been running on this year, so I wasn't sure why he was the favorite.
The very cool Casa Creed for Bill Mott, second choice.
Yeah, Casa Creed's a neat horse. All he does is come and win big races.
Here's the call of the Coolmore Turf Mile.
It's a tone far outside, Mason against the rail. Annapolis comes away in good order, tucked away neatly in third by the time they enter the first turn. Some Like It Hot Brown, 3 wide, back in the fourth position. Classic Causeway hugs the rail from the inside starting spot in fifth. Casa Creed a lane off the rail in sixth. Order of Australia seventh. Ivar is in eighth. Santine is toward the back of the pack in ninth, down toward the inside. Grace Fable is alongside him in 10th. And Set Piece, last of the 11. It was 23.58 seconds for the opening quarter. Mason, the leader, leads it by just over a length at the midpoint of the backstretch. Atone second a half length. Annapolis third by a neck. Some Like It Hot Brown fourth on the outside. 46.6 seconds the time for the first half mile. Order of Australia fifth toward the inside, 5 lengths from the front. Classic Causeway alongside of that one. And then Casa Creed, who's 7 lengths from the lead, midway on the final turn. It is Mason on top. Mason leading Atone by a length and a half. Annapolis third toward the inside. Then a gap of 2 to Order of Australia in the fourth position. Starts looking for more running room. Casa Creed winding up down the center of the course. Here's Annapolis looking for room. Mason still has the lead. Here comes Annapolis. Order of Australia is right there. Casa Creed on the far outside. Atone drops back. Annapolis puts ahead in front. Order of Australia. Ivar is running late. It is Annapolis with the lead. Order of Australia. Ivar is there. It is Annapolis in front. It is Annapolis to win the Coolmore Turf Mile.
Todd Pletcher with a big Keeneland weekend, a big win with Annapolis. Irad Ortiz.
Perfect trip, great ride. We'll come back obviously in the mile to try to beat Modern Games. I don't know if that's going to happen, but you know, pretty good horse. And it's not Annapolis for people out there. It's Annapolis, which happens to be the capital of Maryland, when the U.S. Naval Academy is situated. But impressive winner. This horse has never run a bad race. I mean, really good. Ivar is another horse that always comes up big, gives you a huge effort. Came up for second.
Yeah, he's won over $1 million, Ivar. And Joe Talamo, we see him ride him a lot. Super nice horse. But congratulations to Annapolis. And Keeneland, it was the Grade 1 First Lady Stakes. This is our fillies and mares are up here. They go 1 mile on the turf. $750,000 is our purse. Might as well call it the Chad Brown Stakes, but he has our favorite here, Regal Glory.
And in Italian, you're talking speed and closers here. And Princess Grace, of course, has won the Doc Penny here the last 2 years at Parks, is in there with a chance.
Here's the girls and the First Lady.
It is In Italian who shows the way. Leads it by a length. Technical Analysis second to the outside by just a head. Vigilante's Way third toward the inside. Gap of 3.5 more lengths back to Regal Glory, followed by Princess Grace. Market Rumor last, 23.37 seconds the time for the opening quarter. Up the backstretch they go. In Italian is the leader. Leads it by just 1 length. Still side by side for second. Technical Analysis outside and Vigilante's Way there toward the rail. Those two continue their tussle. Gap of 2 more back to Regal Glory, 4 more back to Princess Grace, and 2.5 back of that one to Market Rumor. The first half mile was 47 seconds flat, and onto the far turn they go. In Italian, leading Technical Analysis by a length. Vigilante's Way is third. Now Regal Glory is fourth toward the outside, still just over 3 lengths from the front. Gap of 3 more back to Princess Grace, 6 back of her to Market Rumor last. In Italian leads off the far turn. Quarter mile to go. Technical Analysis, Vigilante's Way to the inside. Regal Glory is still fourth on the outside. 1/8 of a mile to go. In Italian leads it by 2. Here comes Regal Glory taking aim, but she's still second. Technical Analysis third. In Italian, 2-length lead, 16th to go. Regal Glory is second. In Italian, Regal Glory. In Italian in front. In Italian for Joel Rosario to win it.
Chad Brown exacta, and also owner Peter Brandt with In Italian going to the lead and never looking back.
Yeah, look, In Italian is a very nice filly. I think Regal Glory will be more of a threat in the mile because there'll probably be more pace in that race. And Princess Grace was kind of taken out of her comfort zone. She was back a lot, but she came running at the end to be third. Boy, she's been so close to a Grade 1. She's such a neat horse, but as we know around here, maybe she'll come back and win the Doc Penny again next year.
Well, we'd love to have her and Michael Stidham come back. We're going to head to another break. When we come back, our jockey and trainer of the week, plus race recap with Keeneland and the Bach, all coming up on the other side of the break.
Turning for Home is a nonprofit that has provided nearly 2,800 former racehorses with a safe retirement. The program was created through the foresight of the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association.
We all love animals, And to give back to something that helps us so much, it's a great thing.
Responding to the need for a better system that addressed the uncertain future for the retiring equine population at Parks Racing, the PTHA rallied horsemen to support the program.
These horses can do anything from hunter jumpers to western to therapeutic riding.
Turning for Home became the first on-track retirement program at a year-round racetrack.
We want to make sure that our horses that have run so well for us over the years get the great opportunity to get a new vocation.
Out of everything that we've done in Pennsylvania for racing, I think that's the thing we can be most proud of.
If you would like to help these amazing animals find a great second career and forever home, please give us a call or contact us at turningforhome.org.
Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Go Racing. Our Jockey and Trainer of the Week is brought to you by Turning for Home, our racehorse retirement program. And Danielle Montgomery is out at Kentucky right now at the Racehorse Retirement Project, so we'll check out all that when she comes back. But our Jockey of the Week is apprentice Kamich DeJesus with his first career win.
He had his win. He's got to be the Jockey of the Week.
He was happy. And our Trainer of the Week, congratulations, Silvino Ramirez. He had a couple of wins this week. He's got a small stable, but very competitive.
Get it done.
Well, let's get to race recap at the Bach. It's the Grade 1 Joe Hirsch Turf Classics, $500,000. It goes 1.5 miles, and the girls taking on the boys here.
Indeed. Bye-bye Melvin, loose in the lead for Graham Motion, but always in a great spot. Warlike Goddess, as Danny said, the mare going up against the boys. I think Belmont just liked the distance. She's going to win it pretty impressively. She's such a neat horse, and he's going to go against the boys in the Breeders' Cup Turf.
Well, she deserves to be there, and an unlike performance from Gufo, who never made a run.
Never ran, and Christophe Clement was just scratching his head like, what was up with that?
Maybe you missed Joel Rosario. Well, let's head to Keeneland where Joel was, and it's in the Grade 2 Woodford Stakes, $350,000, 5.5 furlongs on the turf. It's a fast one. Look out, Golden Pal.
Yeah, it's all about Golden Pal. He is the that's right of the high-class sprint races on the turf. He just hits the lead right at the start, Danny, and nobody can ever catch him. He's won 2 Breeders' Cup races. He'll try to make it 3 in 3 years in a couple weeks.
Really cool 4-year-old colt by Uncle Mo. And look at him siring nice horses on the turf. Well, it's great racing at Keeneland, so let's keep it going in the Grade 1 Juddmonte Spinster Stakes, $600,000. This is for fillies and mares going 1.125 miles, and our Kentucky Oaks winner is in there.
Yeah, Malathot, a huge favorite at 2-5. She's the one horse, and she's just going to crush this field in the stretch. And the sad part is here, Latruska is just not the same horse she used to be. She's going to get beaten 16 lengths here, but Malathot wins easy, and boy, what a race the Distaff is going to be. And oh, by the way, her stablemate in the Beldame, Dan.
Yeah, our stablemate coming up now. We're going to Belmont at the Aqueduct. I like to call it the Bach. It goes 1.125 miles, $250,000. It's a Grade 2 race. Beldame for our fillies and mares, and Nest.
Yeah, Nest, the 3-year-old filly, is taking on a few older horses. Not a problem. 1-10 for Nest. She just runs away from the field. She's already got the 3-year-old filly championship clinched. She wins by almost 10. And how about that Breeders' Cup Distaff with Clariere and Malathot and Nest and Search Results? What a race it's going to be.
Yeah, Irad Ortiz said Nest is just so good right now, on top of her game. She broke better than normal, and she just puts herself in the race. I think I could ride her.
Yeah, she's really, really good, and she's not the only one. She'll probably be the favorite, but nobody's a cinch because they're all getting together in this one.
Yeah, she's been really fun to watch. Well, it's time for Ion Racing, and a little quieter weekend with the Breeders' Cup looming, but there's the Grade 2 Sands Point at Belmont at Aqueduct, and the Grade 1 Queen Elizabeth II Challenge Cup on the turf at Keeneland.
Yeah, and especially appropriate this year, after a couple of months after the Queen passed away.
Well, we have a big day here coming up on Tuesday. It's the Michael P. Bellezzi Appreciation Mile, and it's our Hall of Fame Day, so get to see all 2002 Hall of Fame inductees.
5 new inductees. Can't wait to see it on Tuesday.
There's some really well-deserving ones as well. Well, we're going to head to our final break, but when we come back, news and notes, and see who Dick and I like in some upcoming races at Parks.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
If you want action and you want it now, you got to get the new Parks Racing mobile app. Wager and watch thoroughbred and harness racing from around the world. With the Parks Racing mobile app, it's easy to open and fund your account. Then place your wagers and cheer on your horse as they thunder down the stretch. With the Parks Racing mobile app, you'll easily make withdrawal requests, view the previous day's replays and results. Plus, open any new account now and you'll be automatically enrolled in a Parks Rewards program. The more you wager, the more you earn. Get the new Parks Racing mobile app and get in on the action.
Racehorses are pampered,
treated with care, and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
and they do right by us.
the hard-working folks
Who proudly earn our living.
In Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
but it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs,
Jobs and billions in economic impact each year.
all across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania, it's a winner.
A dream begins to win just one race. And for some, success leads to lifelong achievements. Accolades await you when you reach the top. A career built on hard work, passion, and great horses get you to the pinnacle here in Pennsylvania. On October 18th, we honor those who have been elected as the newest class of the Parks Racing Hall of Fame. A lifetime of commitment is honored on this very special day. Join us as we celebrate the newest inductees, the Hall of Fame. Welcome.
Well, welcome back, everyone, to our news and notes. And Dick and I are going to preview, talk about a couple of races coming up on Monday. First, let's talk about the 8th race, because it's a good betting race here. It's for our fillies and mares going 6 furlongs, and it's a starter allowance, $30,000 purse. And you know, if I had to make a pick, I would say the numbers. Okay, I'm going to pick Free to Fly to win with her regular rider, jockey Paco Lopez. This mare loves to win. I like how Kathleen O'Connell spaced out the race, and she's coming off 2 wins.
Good numbers, 21 lifetime wins. This is a race loaded with horses that like to win. I like Flashing Diamond, the 1. Only 17 lifetime wins out of 58 starts. Frankie Pennington will ride. And this is a neat horse. It's going to be a fun race, and let's see who has the right horse. Is it going to be Danny, or is it going to be me?
And I got a long shot to throw in there, too.
Right.
Imperial Moon, first off the claim for Mike Catalano. This horse is coming off a nice win at the mile. 2 wins, actually. So cutting back to 6 furlongs, 2 routes to a sprint. I like that angle.
So here's how you should play the race.
Okay.
Don't play Flashing Diamond and Free to Fly together. That will pay nothing.
Right.
Play them both over Imperial Moon.
I
And
like
hopefully
that.
one of them doesn't fire. That's how you win money at this game. Also, the first race on Monday, I don't have a pick for you, but I told Danny this. There's 6 horses in the race with a combined 410 starts. I don't know that I've ever seen a race like that, so that'll be a fun race to watch as well.
Lots of reasons for you guys to come hang with us next week. And Tuesday is our Hall of Fame day. We'll be inducting 5 new inductees into the Hall of Fame. A jockey, a trainer, some very special people,
Indeed.
and a horse.
Indeed, a really good horse.
A really
Breeders'
good
Cup
horse.
winner.
And of course, it's the Michael P. Bellezzi Appreciation Mile. It's going to be a really nice stakes race, and we'll get to see some nice horses. And then, of course, coming up on October 24th, it's College Scholarship Day, and it's from Delaware Valley in Doylestown.
Yep.
We're going to be giving out scholarships. We're going to have some speakers. Dick's going to be speaking. We're going to be getting people excited about horse racing.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We'd like to see the college kids. They're the next generation. We need them in sport.
Absolutely. Well, come hang out with us. We do race Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Post time is 12:55, and of course you can follow all the behind-the-scenes action at the PTHA on our social media. And thanks for watching us. It was a great week. We'll see you next week on Let's Go Racing.
And they're off. Skippy Longstocking has early speed. We the people from in between horses. Taba has got the lead now. It's Taba in the center of the racetrack, but Taba is drawing away, and Taba with Mike Smith, they win the Bet Parks Pennsylvania.